we're gonna shift into our last thing for the night, which could be Lore Corner.
Yeah.
And this week's Lore Corner. This is one I almost picked this one for last week's guessing game with you and Joe. For the record, it got cut off. If you didn't read those show notes, last week's answer was Bombardiers.
I think that you purposefully spiked the encoder so that you could hide the fact that I actually guessed it.
You did guess it on your third guess. Let the record show Nerd Generalist did win.
Don't say that like that's some put down. You guessed it on your third guess. How many exotics are there? There are so many. I guessed it. That's an achievement. I'm going to clap for myself.
I'm glad I can't hear your clapping.
That's the excellent background noise reduction of Discord for you.
So this is Divinity. Calibrate reality, seek inevitability, embrace or embody divinity. Lisbon 13 looked back towards where they had left yard arm 4. Separating the team always felt wrong, but Rekina needed uninterrupted time to confer with the senior Sybil. And if the Vex detected their crash landing in the Black Garden, Yard Arm 4 would give them that time. You'll have to move quickly, the Sybil said to Rekina. Lisbon 13 shared her secret channel. Rekina trusted him. The Vanguard have discovered that our order persists, as Osiris predicted. They'll send a fire team after us then, and after any other cryptocrons that they learn of. But your path is more dangerous than most. The Circle has foreseen many fire teams following in your footsteps. You can find the knowledge the Order seeks at the tree. Can? Not will? For the first time, Rekina sounded concerned. The Circle has had limited success in piercing the veil that surrounds the Black Garden, so the Order offers no certainties. They say that a certain group of Guardians will discover secrets about the origin of the Black Garden at the tree. The One Rhematic Circle foresees no reason why it will not be the Kentark 3. Nor can I, but there is another threat in the tapestry. Entwined with this one, the Vex or some fractal faction of them worship or honor a divinity there. The Black Heart, it was destroyed. Yes, but this is something different. An object, something like a sacred relic. It is important to the Vex for reasons we have not yet fathomed. The Circle has determined that it is dangerous. A Vex weapon? Perhaps. The Sybil sounded annoyed at the interruption. Rekina. The Circle concluded that it is a danger to you. To me. But then why send me on this mission? When the Circle dreamed of the object, you were beside it. All right. We'll see what fate we will find ourselves in. Sybil. Rekina paused a long while. I don't know that we'll see each other again. The veil around the Black Garden, the influence of the Vex, they make such matters difficult to know. I choose to believe we will meet again. Then I won't say goodbye, Rekina said and closed the channel. Rekina stood, eyes closed for a time. Lisbon 13 waited. Lisbon, when we find it, she said, opening her eyes, you should carry it. The object? This divinity? I can think of no one whom I'd trust more with it than you. So this is pretty clearly a reference to a fire team that is attempting to breach the garden. Quite clearly. I'm curious if this is a reference to something that's going to come around in the future. Maybe come back up with the Vaults of Glass, because the cryptochromes aren't really talked about in the game. This is kind of the first reference we have to them, and I'm not really sure. Like the Onromantic Circle, Onromantic. I don't really know how to pronounce that. It's very strange. What any of that means as well. But what do you think? What do you think about this?
I like that lore entry, and just as you were reading it, it makes me want to go back in and reread it a few times and kind of dive into some of the like subsequent lore around Garden specifically.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely a section of the Destiny lore that I know I like comparatively little about.
Mm-hmm.
But I just want to say how like excited I am that we're gonna get hopefully some more good Vex lore coming soon. Hopefully with Vault and all that stuff.
So I mean, we know that in the garden. So the Garden of Salvation armor tells the story of how Lisbon eventually will turn on Reckoner and Yardarm. And each of the armor sets gives us a different perspective. The Hunter set specifically tells us the story from Lisbon's perspective. The Warlock is Reckoner and Titan is Yardarm. This is our first reference to the darkness in a lot of ways. The Garden of Salvation lore is, because Lisbon embraces that. It's implied that he gets darkness powers. We don't know if that means stasis or another type of the darkness at this point. It's kind of crazy because Lisbon is able to see multitudes of the future and see what Yardarm is going to do, but he couldn't predict what Reckoner would do. And Reckoner always knew he was a little bit dark, but Lisbon didn't know.